In this video, we're going to look at an application problem related to solving equations. In this particular example, we're given that the formula for the magnification of a microscope is m, where m is the magnification, is equal to d, the tube length, divided by f, the focal length, times m naught, the ocular magnification. Furthermore, we're given values for m, d, and m naught, so we're told that m is 800, d, the tube length, is 160, and m naught, the ocular magnification, is 10, and we're assuming that these are all in the appropriate units so that we don't have to do any unit conversions for this problem, and we're asked to find the focal length f. So before we take this up together, go ahead and try this out on your own. What you're going to be doing is substituting in the values that are given for m, d, and m naught and isolating to solve for f. You can either substitute all of the values in first or isolate for f first. Remember that because f is in the denominator here, you're going to have to multiply both sides of the equation by f in order to help you isolate for it. So go ahead, try this out, hit the pause button, and then hit play when you're ready to continue. So hopefully you've had a chance to try this out. First thing we're going to do is just write down the formula that we're going to be working with. Now you can either substitute in the values that are given and then solve for f, or solve for f first and then substitute in the values. Check with your prof if they have a preference about this. Some profs do want you to isolate for the variable first before substituting in any numerical values, but you might find it easier sometimes just to substitute the numbers in first, because then instead of a lot of variables, you'll have numbers in most cases, so the equation will just be a bit easier to work with because you'll be able to see right away which ones are variables and which one are numbers. So we're going to go ahead and substitute the numbers that are given in this question in first and then solve for f, but again, check with your prof to see if that's okay for your particular course. So let's go ahead and substitute the numbers in. We're going to replace m with 800, so that's the magnification. The tube length d is given to be 160. F is our unknown, so we're going to leave it as is in the denominator, and m naught, the ocular magnification, is 10. So now f is in the denominator, so we can multiply both sides by f, and simultaneously we can also divide both sides by 800. This will give us f alone on the left-hand side. If this is getting a bit confusing, let's just show the intermediate steps. So let's first multiply both sides by f. We're going to get 800f equals 160 times 10 on the right. So in other words, 1600. Now, if we divide both sides by 800, we're going to get that f is equal to 1600 divided by 800, or rather 2. So in other words, we find that the focal length for this microscope is going to be 2 in whatever the appropriate units are for this question.